Hello, guys. Welcome to my business plan. I'm Mark, and this is me and my absent partner Jasmine's business plan for Remedic. So I'm from Indonesia, but I moved to Singapore last year from ACS International, and Jasmine is from the Philippines. Unfortunately, she is not here today, so I guess I have to present this myself. Unfortunately. So if you're wondering what Remedic is, it's a prior authorization business that aims to help low income people overcome some of the financial and logistical barriers to accessing healthcare and improve their overall health outcomes. And if you didn't know, prior authorization is the process of requiring healthcare providers to obtain approval from a patient's health insurance company before certain medical services or treatments can be provided. In this plan, we will be covering key components of our business, including, uh, sorry, in- including our problem, solution, value proposition, prototypes, business model, and revenue model. So the problem. Our company has identified a problem in the market that we believe we can solve. Did you know a study by the Philippine Health Insurance Corporation, PhilHealth, found out that up to 30% of healthcare spending in the country may be attributed to unnecessary tests, treatments, and hospitalizations. These costs can be particularly burdensome for low income families and those living in poverty. And this is where prior authorization takes place. To obtain approval from a patient's health insurance company before certain medical services or treatments can be administered. However, this process may be very slow and might cause problems like treatment delays and abandonment. I'm sure you guys know the possible consequences that may happen if treatments get delayed for too long, right? The possible consequences you and I may be thinking may very well come true. So, uh, our solution to this problem is to become like the middleman that helps mediate the prior authorization process between medical facilities and insurance companies. We specialize in managing the prior authorization process on behalf of healthcare providers, helping them navigate the system and increase their chances of receiving approval for their patient treatments. Our value proposition is that we use digital portals to improve the streamlining of the prior authorization process. Digital prior authorization aims to make the process more efficient, less time consuming, and less prone to errors, as it eliminates the need for phone calls, faxes, and other manual tasks associated with traditional prior authorization methods. It also helps reduce the administrative burden on healthcare providers, allowing them to spend more time with patients. So essentially, compared to other prior authorization businesses, we're more like digital. So like so more of our systems and stuff are like automated, and we can do this on the go anywhere, anytime. To demonstrate our solution, Jasmine actually created a prototype app that might give you an idea of how we operate. For users, they simply must input their details, including their insurance provider, and submit a form regarding the request for each medical procedure. Once we receive the form, we submit an application to the insurance company that includes information about the business and the service that it provides. The application may also include information about the individual healthcare providers who will be working with the business, such as their qualifications and credentials. Once the application has been submitted, the insurance company will review the information and may request additional documentation or information. After this process is complete, we will be able to initiate communication with the insurance company to obtain prior authorization for medical services and procedures and medications for our clients. Oh, sorry. So our revenue model, we are a subscription-based service for a fee of around $5.50 US dollars or 63 US dollars per month, our users can continue using our application for medical emergencies. So this is our business strategy. So we might want to partner with like top insurance companies in the healthcare industry like PhilHealth, Medicart, and MaxiCare, as it may improve our brand image and likely get us a lot of customers. And our main goal right now is to find a way to automate our prior authorization to ensure a seamless medical experience. Our key resources are things like data storage, where we can contain all our customers' information, applications, credentials, whatnot. Cash apps for payment and partnerships and insurance companies. We've identified that the cost may not be as much as all in as since we're like digital, we might just need to keep the site keep the site running, like cost for keeping our website up, as well as cost for keeping storage. And for channels, there will be an app that houses the software and data needed for the pre-authorization. As I've said before, this will be marketed online through Facebook ads and through strategic partnerships with private and public insurance companies. And for our customers, we'll mainly target lower to middle class Filipinos who, without insurance and prior authorizations, will not be able to receive urgent medical care. Uh, for our revenue model, sorry, I already talked about this. Hang on. So why us? We are localized to the Philippine market. So we've actually done a lot of research into our competition, and as well since my partner Jasmine is also from the Philippines, she's also like quite well versed in stuff like this. Um, we've seen that a lot of prior authorization businesses in the Philippines aren't exactly fully automated, and like they're very traditional in that sense. So it's very hard to communicate with them on the go or like urgently because it takes time for them to receive and process this kind of information. We are also designing this for individuals, so we'll focus like we'll always like want to know what our customers want. We want to like communicate with them constantly and put their priorities before ours. And we're also cheaper than alternatives since we're focused on low to middle income families. We make our prices quite low. And if you are wondering why we chose a subscription model, it's because it's predictable. With a monthly or annual subscription fee, we can forecast revenue more accurately and plan accordingly. So like cash flow forecast and income statements, that would be quite easy to draw up. It also encourages customer loyalties as subscribers are more likely to become loyal customers because they have already committed to our product or service. This can help us retain customers for a longer period of time and reduce churn rate. We can also do for an additional source of
So,
revenue.
Mark, we are almost over time now. So, a quick summary now in 30 seconds.
Oh, okay. So I've also thought of an additional source of revenue where we might have sponsors, or I mean, people might sponsor. I mean, we might sponsor other businesses, so they'll give us like a bit of revenue, and we'll like advertise their products on our app for like an additional source of revenue. Like for example, e-commerce businesses for medicine or maybe like other health insurance companies. This can help us increase revenue by upselling and cross-selling. And thank you so much for reading into my business plan for Remedic. I believe that we can definitely make an impact on the industry and help a lot of low to middle income families. And I'm sorry if I might not be as well versed in this as my partner. So I
Absolutely amazing job done, both Mark and Jasmine. So, Mark, you were good. You presented it very well. And we hope if you're working for this cause, it works out to be well. So, great. Good job done. And you can stop sharing screen now, Mark, and over to our judges. So, Pawan, yeah, please go first.
Okay, thanks. Well, Mark, great job, man. I think I've known you for a little bit, and I've seen kind of the work you've put in. I think the cause is really awesome, and it definitely is a delay between pre-authorization and having to get the treatment. My only question to you is pretty simple, which is these insurance companies that you talked about, like for example, Phil Health, they posted about 590 million US dollars of net income last year. What's stopping them from digitizing this or speeding up the process themselves? Why would they allow you to come in and make the additional revenue? Why don't they just solve it themselves?
mm, I haven't really thought about that, honestly. I'm sorry, but
It's okay.
perhaps maybe they're too like used to the traditional method of doing everything like physically, and maybe they think that their way of doing things are okay. They haven't really explored this digital market that's been growing for the past few years. I think that most insurance companies or medical facilities have not tapped into the potential of digital what do you call it, digital yeah, essentially the potential of digital stuff, you know.
Yeah, no, I understand. Well, yeah, just look into that because that was kind of my biggest question, which is, okay, I see what you're trying to do, and if they could speed up the process, why aren't they doing it? And maybe there's a very good reason why they're not doing it themselves. And if there is a good reason for it, then they will not want to partner with you if you try to reduce that time, right, to process. So just a couple of points that I wanted you to think about. Thank you.
Ethan, Nicole, anyone? Any questions?
I just wanted to ask Mark, right? Have you thought of where all this data is going to sit? Because I guess like when people apply for all these whether is it like pre-approved stuff, so they're talking about quite sensitive information, right? So
Yeah,
unlike other apps, so have you ever thought like where you're going to store all these data and how you're going to have it protected?
so my partner was thinking of there are like certain like um websites, or like not websites, more like businesses that we can like work with to save like all these data and stuff, like software, housing of software and data needed for the pre-authorization. But we haven't really like, because she had a lot of stuff to do, so she's not, like absent, like,
Okay.
so she's actually the one that came up with all these like things like what you said, but she's not here today, so I'm not.
Okay. No, no problem, Mark. Thank you.
But generally we, yeah, there we talked about it, there are like businesses that we can work with to house all these things, you know. We could just do that.
Mark, just a quick one from me, mate. There's a lot I could ask at this point, but I think that it's the one thing that I'm kind of intrigued by is this: how much do you think it would cost you to get this up and running?
um Maybe, I think maybe just a couple thousand, that's it. That's just because since it's digital, we don't need to like like come up with any like property or cost or any of those utilities or anything. Maybe we just need capital to come up with an app, like maybe a website, and keep like our website on the internet, costs like that, and cost for storage, or like I said, working with other businesses to hold our to like what do you call it? To keep our private credentials at what do you call it? And customers really important, like information and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I reckon just go out and have a look at how much some of these things cost, because I think you've listed some good things off there, showing that you're thinking about the what's going to actually cost you guys. But I reckon that you might need to do a bit of research beyond what the problem and solution is, about how much the actual solution might cost and things like that as well. But otherwise, well done. Thank you, mate. I think that's all we have time for at the moment, Amog. I apologize for going over a bit.
No worries. Thank you, Mark.